Well, hello there. Welcome back to another video, guys. I'm so excited for this one because I haven't done this before, actually. I don't think I have. Maybe on the Battlefield 2042 trailer breakdown. That might be one. But overall, this is like one of my first times doing a voiceover video, like over some gameplay. So yeah, I hope you enjoy, and something different. Okay, so in this video, I'm only going to be talking about how the story is going to be affected. So what I want to happen in the story, what I think will happen in the story, and you never know like what Insomniac Games have in store for us. Okay, I've rambled on long enough, let's just get into the video. First thing I want to talk about today is the Spider-Men. So we're talking about Peter Parker and Miles Morales. Now, the reason why I mention this is because obviously Peter Parker's had his own game, which was the first Marvel Spider-Man, and then Miles Morales has his standalone game, which is Spider-Man Miles Morales, and in both of those games we get to learn and see the development of both the Spider-Men. This means that we know what each Spider-Man is capable of and why they are Spider-Man, how they are Spider-Man. So that is the each individual Spider-Man out of the way. We've already learned that, we've played it, we get it. Now we need to talk about the relationship between both the Spider-Men. So how does Miles react to Peter? How does Peter react to Miles? How do they communicate? Obviously we've had a little bit of this in the games. For instance, in the first Peter Parker game, Spider-Man was heavily training Miles, obviously. He was trying to find the time to train Miles. It was mainly Miles learning from Peter. Then, in Miles Morales, we got to learn a bit more about their relationship by how they act as Spider-Man, like working together, which I thought was really cool. So I am quite excited to see how Insomniac Games take this to a further standpoint. Now, what I think would be like the best thing that Insomniac Games could do, okay? Listen, hear me out. I don't know if they're going to do this, I just hope they do. Let's imagine now Peter Parker and Miles Morales are obviously fighting Venom, and I will get to Venom in a bit, but obviously they're fighting Venom. Now, what if later on in the story, maybe even earlier on, let's say that Peter Parker gets the symbiote, but he isn't showing Miles Morales, obviously. So Peter's acting really weird, he's acting more aggressively, you know, he's acting unusual, and Miles starts noticing this. Now, obviously, that's going to be a bit weird to Miles. So, after this being weird to Miles, obviously Miles might be questioning why Peter's doing this. So, he might go up to Peter and ask him directly, like, you good? Like, why is this becoming a normal thing now? You're becoming more aggressive, you're becoming relentless, like, we need to chill, we are the Spider-Men. Now, this is the part that I'm excited for. What if Peter takes that comment from Miles and takes it, like, as an offensive, like, comment that Miles has just made? So he gets offended by it, or, like, almost as if, like, why is this guy questioning me? So, I don't know, something like that to trigger Peter to kind of back away from Miles, because deep inside, obviously, Peter knows Miles is like a good guy. He's his friend. He is his mentor. So he's not gonna like obviously be aggressive straight away and stuff towards Miles. So because of this, Peter and Miles end up fighting. Now, I mean like a full physical fight, which would be pretty cool. Like, imagine being Peter Parker and you're fighting like against Miles as your enemy. You're with the symbiote on, like how cool would that be? Or it like switches to Miles Morales and you're Miles fighting Peter with the symbiote. Now what I'd like to see is Miles losing and Peter like giving him this like speech about how Miles needs to leave him alone, and then Peter just goes rogue. He goes like full Venom like symbiote mode, and he just goes crazy, like he's killing people. And there's like all over the news and stuff. And basically what I'm trying to get to is that Miles and Peter have this bad relationship for, I don't know, maybe like a quarter of the story, maybe less. And they just, it'll be a different story than just obviously both of them fighting together, because that's what we're expecting. But yeah, that's just one of those things that I just really want to see. Venom. Who's excited for Venom? Oh my god, Venom is going to be so sick in this freaking game. Like, let's go. Venom. Okay, let's talk about Venom. Who is going to be Venom? Now, we know that in different series, different movies, different comic books, different ways of Spider-Man being told, that different people have held the symbiote to be Venom. Now, we know that in some comics, well, most comics actually, and the Tobey Maguire trilogy of movies, Eddie Brock was Venom. He is like the classic Venom guy. Everyone knows he is Venom. Now, we haven't seen Eddie Brock in Spider-Man yet, in the games anyway. We haven't seen Eddie. Now, the number one route that I think they will go with is Harry Osborn being Venom. It's not set in stone, it's just been teased. Venom could easily go on to anyone. Obviously, it's been teased that Harry is, but if you think about it, the liquid that Harry was sitting in was green. Now, that obviously symbolises the Green Goblin. It has been shown in, I think, the Spectacular Spider-Man. Harry Osborn is the Green Goblin, sorry. I really feel like they should introduce Eddie. Okay, so now we need to know what part in the story does Venom play. It doesn't matter who is Venom, we just need to know what Venom does to our story. Now, as we know, Kraven the Hunter will be in the game, and personally, I don't know that much about Kraven the Hunter. I know he was in the Spectacular Spider-Man series on Netflix that I watched for a little bit, but overall he seems like a pretty damn good villain. Venom and Kraven are obviously going to be the two main villains in this game, which I hope they don't focus on Kraven as much as they do Venom, because Venom is my favourite, and I hope that Venom is like the Doc Ock of this game. Venom could easily team up with Kraven, or kind of team up with Spider-Man to defeat Kraven. Alright, I want to thank you guys for watching, because it is my first time doing one of these videos and it has taken me quite a long time to do. So I appreciate you watching till the end if you are still here. If you are still here, drop a comment down below, tell me that you are. And thank you for watching. I will be uploading more videos very similar to this one about the next Spider-Man game. I'm so passionate about it, I love Spider-Man. So I will see you in the next video. Peace.